September 2022. We are here in the study. We are about to reformat and then double check the Seagate ST-4096 hard drive. Now this is a particularly interesting drive because it's one of the largest drives I have. It's quite a compact and light drive, unlike the IBM 40 or 50 megabyte drives that I also own. But it's double the capacity, so it's much more advanced technology. Now, we've already established that the drive has got 1024 cylinders and 9 working heads, which is a lot. So there are 10 surfaces that I think that are actually on the drive. So 5 platters, 10 surfaces, and one of them will be used for servo. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do an init hard -n to start the formatting. And wait, because this is booted from a floppy. So it's device ST-D29 for the whole of the hard drive. It's got 9 surfaces. It's got 1024 cylinders, and I should have done some calculations beforehand. Number of alternate tracks. Let's make it so there are 9 surfaces, and we're going to give it times 4 cylinders, so we're going to make it 36. So we're going to say 36. And where we're going to start the cylinder of the hard drive, we're going to make it 1. Where's the pre-comp? We don't need pre-compensation. We want to initialize tracks. Yes, we do. We're going to start at 0 and we're going to end at 1023, and this will take a while. First head 0, last head 8. Okay, we're just finishing up. The formatting has gone very well. We've only got 2 places, head 7 on cylinder 136, head 2 on cylinder 479, that are given any kind of initialization formatting error, which is amazing. Now this isn't to say that the surfaces are good, but the bad track or the defect table on the front of the hard drive shows many more places, so we think these places are definitively bad, but we're also going to do a recheck, of course, later to assure ourselves that the actual surface that we present to the operating system is a one good contiguous surface. But we can put these into the alternate track table straight away. Do you want to change the partition table? We do want to change the partition table. Do we? Yes, we do. Well, we'll say yes. Number of cylinders for the first table is going to be 1019 because we've actually asked for 36 alternate tracks, so it knows that it has to reserve 4 cylinders. And the alternate track location will be at 10. I had written this down. What was it? 1021 according to me. We do want to add an alternate track. Yes. We're going to have ballast cylinder is 136 and it is head 7. and bad cylinder 479, and it is head 2, and that's the end of that. We don't want any more adding. Do you want to delete a track? No. Finished. Now disk info of STD31 is showing. Okay, good. So we're going to have the starting cylinder of the partition. There's only one partition. Starting at cylinder 1, we're going to leave cylinder 0 for all the systems information, including the partition table and the alternate track table. We've assigned 2 alternate tracks already, which are here, and we're going to do a further read scan in a moment in part 2, where we read every byte from every portion of the disk to absolutely check that things are okay. Just one final point to note that we have got 91 megabytes of space, not the 80 that you might get if you put this onto another PC at the time, because the SCDC controller is doing effectively track formatting. Okay, part 2 in a moment. Okay, part 2, the time is now a few hours later. And the reason I'm mentioning that is that the hard drive's been on a few hours. I always do this in the extended testing of the hard disk, because we are now going to do a read all, and we're going to try and find out if there are any additional defects on the drive. Now, if you remember, when we did the initialization did pick up a few defects. So let's remind ourselves that if on the disk info is showing us that we've got we've mapped cylinder 136 head 7, and we've already established that's to be remapped to this point here. But in fact, let's just do a read all minus cylinder. Let's cut it from 130 to 140. I hope that's the right syntax. We'll see. It's not the right syntax. I've forgotten to give the device read all minus cylinder 130 to 140 of STD31. Okay. Okay, so we just did a little test, and we see that the read all command is correctly picking up the fact that surface 7 of 136, which we've already put in the table here, is faulty, and we remapped that to cylinder 12001 head 0. So we already, that was found at initialization time. We're going to do the same test of the whole hard drive again, but with the OS running, and we use the read all command, which is read all of don't need to do the /std31. So I'm going to leave this running. It's going to start from track 0. It's going to ignore the partition table. That would be with a -A if you wanted to include the partition table. So obviously this has got to get all the way up to 1023. So let's give it time to run, and with the magic of editing we will be finished very quickly. Okay, we have finished the read all, and we've now got a total of 3 errors only, which I think is pretty remarkable. I'm going to need to cut and paste these into another file. 1 second. I need to just open up my catalogue file and search for disk D29. locate that, and we're gonna put these surface errors here so that I can make a reference of those exact errors when I pass this disk on. Copy that, paste it there. Okay, so we've got a total of only 3 errors on the whole drive, of which 2 we've already accounted for. So cylinder 136, surface 7, yep, got that. So 479, head 2, yep, got that. So we've only got surface 4, cylinder 146. So we're going to run init hard again. And device ST-4096. It knows the geometry because it's going to read the partition table information from track 0. So it knows all of this is good. We've already told it 36 alternate tracks. The starting center of the disk for data is going to be 1. Pre-comp we don't care. We're not going to initialize any tracks. We're not going to change the partition table. That's still going to be the alternate track location, but we are going to add an alternate track, and we've just said that it is cylinder 146, and it is head number or surface number 4, and asks you again just in case you've got many. Brilliant. So do you want to add an alternate track? No. Do you want to delete an alternate track? No. Brilliant. So now disk info of STD31 now shows. So that is fully prepared for a new installation on a Kremenko system. We've remapped the 3, I'm just copying that information away because I've initialized the drive, so the old information that I used to keep is now in error. It's just a single partition, whereas before it was multiple partitions. So to go back to the screen, we've got this is the disk parameters. We've got 90 megabytes of space. We've remapped the 3 defect areas to the alternate track table here, and that is it. The drive is now 100% prepared and ready for Kremenko formatting, or of course this could be formatted in a RBM PC XT80 genre of machine. That's it. I think you'll agree it's a very capable disk. It's spinning very smoothly, and there's a separate video for start-stop which you can listen to say that it's all in good order. Okay, thanks for watching, Darren.